Do you know what's my favorite part about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? It just keeps getting worse somehow. And I think that's hilarious.
If you want a crash course on how not to do a live service, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, well, I don't know if I'd put it at the top of the list because there's so many examples of this, but it's definitely up there. I've already talked about its myriad woes, including the fact that the game itself is just not all that compelling. It's got like a decently fun campaign with some neat cutscenes here and there, and some...
To call Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League a decently fun campaign, you need to be a special kind of a special breed, not gonna lie.
Great performances from the actors and stuff like that. But as far as the core gameplay goes, it's pretty mundane, especially because the activities are so repetitive and not fully fleshed out and just kind of tedious to partake in. The characters themselves just don't feel all that different because they went the route of making this a looter shooter where all of the characters, their primary form of offense is to shoot. And then the end game, the post game stuff,
well, you know, Captain Boomerang is a boomerang and King Shark is King Shark. That's what we have learned from this game. Also, is he reading a Reddit comment? People have been telling me that Young takes all of his opinions from Reddit comments, which honestly seems on point, but, you know, still.
Long-term live service, looter shooter aspect, all of that stuff is just nowhere near what it should be for this game to be.
Everything he's saying feels like something that someone who has not even seen gameplay of this would say, because it's extremely off point.
Able to maintain itself as a long-term live service that will capture people's interest for a long time to come. And it is why we're seeing the player base just utterly tank. You can see right here that we did see a slight increase in players when Season 1 dropped, peaking at 3,000 players, a little over 3,000 players. But
that's horrible.
You can see that player base has quickly dropped to what it was before in the triple digits. This is a live service that is...
I mean, look at that. That's what you would call, how much actually is that? An 80% increase in average player numbers from 500? That's crazy, my dude. That's absolutely crazy. Oh, no, actually, that's more like a 60%. No, wait, it's 60. Oh my god, that's so good, though. A 60% increase in player numbers and activity. That's wild! Such a successful game, said no one.
Is doomed to die at this pace. This is just simply not enough players for this to be a justifiable expense for publisher Warner Brothers. And I'll remind you again that even the single-player game Arkham Knight, Batman Arkham Knight, Rocksteady's last entry, has more players than the live service Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which further highlights just how little interest there is surrounding this game and how much it disappointed. Even for Warner Brothers, financially speaking, they've straight up come out and said that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has fallen short of expectations. Matters aren't helped by the fact that the game has been plagued by certain technical issues that would make the game unplayable for many, especially due to server-side problems. That further highlights the folly of making a single-player campaign online only. That meant that if there are server problems, you can't even engage with the single player stuff. And then for those who like to engage with the multiplayer side of things, cheaters has been a significant problem that has been plaguing this game, with plenty of leaderboards showing.
This is the first time I hear about cheating in this game. I mean, it would probably make sense, because how the hell are they gonna deal with cheaters if it took them literally months to, well, make the game playable, as in missions didn't bug out. You know, you finish a mission, what's your reward? Oh, there's no reward because it bugs out. Do the mission again. You do it again, guess what? Same exact thing. Have fun. That's what it's called. Have fun.
Numbers that are simply not feasible unless you're hacking. And then in my last
Oh, that was a sneeze, boys.
video, I talked about just what a disaster the launch of Season 1 and the Joker DLC has been. This right here is an article from Paul Tassi that highlights all of the key points.
You know what highlights everything? That screenshot, that picture, this one right here. Like, what the fuck is going on here? It's Captain No Boomerang and Joker, and they're like looking, and it's like, oh, you're definitely mine. And he's like, huh? This is the most cringe thing ever. Harley Quinn's like right there with the red eyes. What the hell?
From Paul Tassi that highlights all of the key points explaining why this season 1 content release is so, and I quote, unbelievably bad. Basic bullet points is that there's basically no story content for Joker. There's a bunch of old mission types that you have to grind in order to unlock Joker, so it's a pain in the ass to even get to the point where you can play Joker. And then once you do get Joker, there are no new activities to engage in, so it's not all that engaging to play as Joker, which is made worse by the fact that because this is a looter shooter where the characters relatively feel the same, they all shoot guns, Joker, aside from a few mobility options and ultimates, he plays relatively the same as all the other characters. And then there are claims of like...
This is actually so sad that this seems to be right, because you got a shark with a minigun. First of all, why does a shark have a minigun again? And the minigun just feels worse than any basic pistol or whatever. It's absolutely just crazy. It is on a basic level such a poorly designed game in every aspect. When your looter shooter is about guns and none of the guns feel good, man, you got some serious issues.
New types of missions and objectives that are just reshuffled or remixed versions of old objectives, and then there's some bugs like mastery levels apparently being kind of locked and just not working as intended, and stuff like the big climactic boss battle at the end of season 1. It's just another reskinned campaign boss fight. It is essentially Brainiac, except instead of it being a Flash reskin like it was in the base game, it is now a Green Lantern reskin. This is the worst case scenario for a game that is in desperate need of some kind of proof that there is some life left in it. And all of this was made all the more insulting with the way they decided to paywall the ability to unlock Joker from the get-go. So they intentionally integrated a grind to unlock Joker via game.
Bro, the worst part about this is the fact that they actually marketed it and word was around that, oh, you get the Joker really fast. You know, if you want to play the Joker, which everyone obviously wants to do, they want to play the Joker for the new season, right? It's like, oh, it's 20 minutes into the new mission story campaign. What new mission story campaign? No, he's actually like 20 hours of non-stop grinding away, which is crazy to actually get him. Everyone's rank got reset. It's an absolute shit show, okay? They lied about everything here, which is the most unbelievable thing. About everything.
Gameplay and insufferable grind so that you'd be tempted to pay, and this is despite the fact that it was promised that new characters would be free. And yes, you can technically unlock characters for free, but the fact that there is this big insufferable grind requirement and grind wall makes this just a really bad look, especially when games like Marvel's Avengers, which by itself didn't fare all that well, gave you heroes just right from the outset of new content release and right from the outset of a character launch. As if that wasn't enough of a grind fest, adding insult to injury is the way Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has handled its battle pass, which Forbes right here reported on with a headline that reads, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League's battle pass can be finished in just 1,500 missions. Obviously that...
Just 1,500 missions. Just.
It's a sarcastic remark. 1,500 missions to get through a battle pass that grants some of the more coveted cosmetics and rewards. Forbes article does the math essentially and explains how there's essentially a different experience point system for the battle pass, one that is separate from the essentially the ranking system.
I don't know if they fixed this or not, by the way, but one of the most hilarious things about season 1 when it came out was the fact that, you know, there are different difficulties for missions, and that all missions gain the exact same amount of battle pass experience. Yeah. Even if you took the hardest missions, congratulations, you're still getting like 20 battle pass points. They had all the same rewards. It was crazy.
Involved when it comes to grinding to unlock Joker, which is separate from character XP, and the lack of variety of activities you can partake in means that the earning of battle pass XP and the number of missions you have to play in order to get through the battle pass is just genuine torture and utter boredom. As Forbes explains here, you get 50 Battle Pass XP for completing any mission in the game, ranging from incursions to the side missions found around the map. If you were to just play the game normally and try to complete it using missions alone, it would take 1,500 missions to reach 7,500 XP. At
Nice.
5 minutes a mission, that's 125 hours, though this is not including loading or travel time between missions. So
Nice.
125 hours is a generous figure. It's closer to 200 hours, says Forbes, estimates Forbes, in total to get through this battle pass. As a pretty avid player, I have 80 hours in the entire game since launch. It takes
Sad.
about 10 hours to beat the campaign of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and with a lackluster post-game with lackluster variety of mission activities, I mean, the fact that...
By the way, this is completely not new for battle passes. This is not the first game to try and make a battle pass this greedy. They never want you to get all the rewards in a battle pass unless you pay. That's how it is. Magic the Gathering Arena has a battle pass where you can't actually even get anything if you're not paying for it in reality. You know, things like that. They always want you to pay for the battle pass. So, you know, the smartest battle passes are like this. This is what a person is gonna do on average, this is how they averagely play, and this is where the cutoff is. So we're gonna insert this absolutely amazing reward right before the cutoff, so they wanna buy it. That's how these things constantly work. It's hilarious.
somebody managed to play 70 more hours is, I mean, that's a lot to ask for within itself, but the demand for roughly 200 hours so that you can unlock the rewards of a battle pass when the activity variety hasn't been bolstered, when the mission variety hasn't been bolstered, when the enemy variety hasn't been bolstered, that is just, that sounds like actual just torture.
Now, to be fair, I think they did add like 2 new enemies in season 1, so that's a lot. That's so pathetic.
Through boredom and tedium. Forbes further adds that there are 3 daily bounties that award 350 Battle Pass XP each. Doing those, it would take you 71 days of logging in
Nice.
every day to do those, and then you can get 500 XP by shooting a bunch of drones around the map every single day. But straight farming that takes at least 20 to 30 minutes since spawn rates are poor and the system often breaks and resets your streak or can sometimes skip.
Oh my god, are you telling me they still have these bugs? I thought they fixed them. Again, this game just has an unbelievable amount of stuff that just breaks constantly. How do they do it? No, seriously, how do they do it? How do they magically fuck this up constantly? Get bugs that literally prevent you from getting rewards, reroll. How? You think that's the first thing they're gonna fix, except for the, cash shop, obviously. But, wow. That is impressively bad.
Days. So this game finds every possible way to ensure that there's as much friction as possible between you and being able to unlock all of the rewards of your battle pass. And do keep in mind that while there is a free battle pass track, there is also a premium battle pass as well. So some players are going to be spending money to obtain some of the more coveted rewards that the battle pass offers. And the fact that they implemented such a ridiculous grind on top of the ridiculous grind involved in unlocking Joker, on top of the fact that there's such little in the way of new activity types.
Well, what would a live service be if it didn't have a single grind in it, right?
Offering in Season 1, it all culminates in what is genuinely like an unbelievable state of a live service that took 9 years to make. The fact that it feels so hollow, given the development time required for this game, it's kind of baffling. Maybe people will be willing to overlook this stuff more if Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League felt consistently fun to play over the course of dozens and dozens of hours, but you get bored of this game pretty quickly. And the fact that the requirement to finish a battle pass and unlock Joker and whatnot is just more tedium. It straight up does not respect the time of players, and certainly not the money of players who paid $70 at the minimum if they didn't pay for the deluxe editions that are more expensive. Now, with that said, there is one player...
Bro, if you bought this game, okay, you don't respect yourself. I'm not gonna lie. If you bought this game to begin with, you clearly are unable to apply any any reasonable thought to any decision you do in life. I saw the first gameplay trailer for this shit and I was like, holy, this looks bad. This is just sadness, okay? Why would I ever buy this? Of course I won't. And some people bought it. In reality, a game like this should never be bought by anyone, but still, the people bought it.
Player who seemingly managed to circumvent the grind that Rocksteady imposed to unlock all of the Battle Pass rewards. There's like, I don't know if you can call it an exploit, just a more efficient method of finishing the Battle Pass in less than a day. And the method is explained in this Reddit post that highlights how Cargonauts, the red spiders, are your best bet. They drop 50 BP per drop. The problem is that they can be a hassle to find and are randomly placed. So this individual goes step by step as far as the best way to find these specific types of enemies that reward the most amount of BP per, allotted minutes or hours that you put into this game. This is a better method than engaging in 1,500 missions or other methods that might grant you Battle Pass experience points. So for those people who, for whatever reason, are still playing this game and want to complete the Battle Pass, I would give this Reddit post a read. I'll link it in the description below so that you don't.
Imagine spending your time making something like this, but yet being too stupid to actually figure out that this game is not worth your time. Wow.
Don't have to suffer through what Warner Brothers and Rocksteady want you to suffer through. But yeah, the fact that this game continues to
Wait, what was that comment? Kind of dumb how high difficulty doesn't give you more battle pass points. Meh. Considering difficult missions don't give more battle pass points, of course they're not. Oh my lord.
But yeah, the fact that this game continues to disregard and disrespect the time and money of those who trusted in the promises that this game woefully failed to deliver on, it just highlights a complete lack of consideration for the players. And as a result, even the most loyal players are deciding to say, screw this.
Bro, okay, if I'm the developer for this game and someone chooses to buy this game, I have no respect for them, okay? I am treating them like the disposable, mouth-breathing garbage that they are. I am demanding that they pay me money every single minute that they play this game because they are just that fucking stupid, okay? That's what's happening here. If you buy this game, that's on you, Chief, okay? The developers didn't do anything wrong. You were stupid for buying a clearly piece of shit game. Same happened with idiots who bought Starfield. It is what it is.
I'm out. I don't want to deal with this game anymore. Like, one of the top Reddit comments this past week was, I was a champion of this game, but fuck it now. The game's goal at this point should be to win players back, and there is a lot of generosity that has to be expressed to that end.
It's not gonna do anything of that, Young. Stop with your communist bullshit. Win the people back. Anyway, let's do the younger or outer.
Stay tuned right
here.
Stay tuned
for Young Yeah.
I'll see you guys next time.
Young out. Woo! Yeah, that's he's so happy every time he does it. Anyway, this was Cruiser Sense, and thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have a nice day. Bye bye.